Okay, we're picking this up late this morning. The market dropped below the level that we had anticipated. In the early morning hours. Let's just get a better picture of this. Yeah. And now we've come up at the open to the upper value area. It seems like we're in the process of retracing down to the POC. Now, I'm not quite sure about this POC, so let's take a look. No, that's not the POC. POC is at 36, right where we are. That was the TPO from the overnight market. Okay, we're looking at the repair of that little area of low volume in here. So it would stand to reason that we'll be going back there. And we've got lots of range bars in here. We just took care of that particular one just a second ago. And it looks like we're heading up to the area at 37.25, the upper band. All right, we'll come back. I have a range bar right down here, and we've just shorted the market right in here. I expect this going right back down to 35. And we've got a limit order to exit at 35. and a strong bar down. And here we go. There we are. That strong bar down was a gift. So nice, nice range bar to short with. Now you could use this as a naked bar for another short, which we've just taken another short here, because really this market should be moving right back down to that level. So we have an opportunity to get in here and ride this all the way down to 34.75 based on this bar. This is a scalp of a naked bar. They call it a scalp only because we don't really have it's not a huge move. And there you have it. Excellent job. We had two nice shorts here and here, and very nice, very nicely done. Now we have another opportunity at a lower bar to scalp this. Now that's not going to give us too much, but what we expect to happen here, when you have a naked bar like you do here, you're not only looking for this to move back to at least that price, but if this is a trend, you're expecting it to go lower. And so really we would expect this to be going right down not only to that number but below, to the full limit of this gray area. Now there's not much of an opportunity here to get in. We've got to fill, but we're only looking at a couple of ticks just to get back there, unless this thing moves all the way up, and we'll average in at the POC if it does. Lower low on the premium. It looks like we're getting ready to move upward. So this will give us a better opportunity. Okay. Okay, we're in at 36, or pardon me, 35.75. We've also got a limit order at 36.25. Oh, and I had not even noticed that. Silly me. We had a range bar here. And we just retraced that range, went all the way. Had not even noticed that. Okay. Let's see if we can get filled here. Huh. We did not. Uh-oh. Well, now we did. Ah, boy. Okay. Now that's kind of a high bar. If you were playing, we were just setting up limit orders here. Now that's got to get, it would seem that that would get tested. It's a relatively high bar. It's not, there's not a divergence there. But it was a, what was it? 215, yeah. That's a fairly high bar. Now we could be coming back on that. Yeah, you would, here's how the premium, it complements the order flow. This bar would suggest a retracement back there. So getting in on a short, well, according to the order flow, that looks good, but look at the footprint here. Good reason to think that we'll go back up there as well. But we are in on the short, watching this very carefully, because here again, the premium is telling us a different story. range bar there. Okay, we're going to add SPY into this equation. We've got that drop to work with. SPY went up to the VWAP. We're basically at the VWAP here. We've got that higher bar that suggests it will still go higher. But as you can see, we've got more selling taking place here. And 36 is not a particularly good place to be into this. I would rather be up at 36.50. But here it's coming down. Now that range bar got filled. Tick back up, take care of that range bar. Okay, there we are. All right, now let's try to get in at 37 to 37 and a quarter. This is good for us, actually. I'm averaging in on this. I'm not worried. This will come down. Okay, we're in at 37. This is going higher. This is going higher. Now look at these bars. Okay, it would not seem that we're quite ready here. Looks like we're going to go to the full limit to that second standard deviation line. Well, maybe. Yeah. We're just going to average in on this. Okay. All right. Now we're in at 37.75. Okay. No, that's not it either. Oh, maybe. Maybe. I need to turn this off for a second. All right, so now we have our divergence there. We made it all the way up. Trend has changed a little bit. Now we were in an uptrend. Now we failed to hit a new high here. Then we had at the open, and we've got a naked bar down here. So we are looking forward to a drop. And there we have it. Now we've had to average in on this quite a bit. Normally not such a good idea. Okay, we'll come back in a minute. Okay. Let's look again at the target. Going back. See the divergence in here. Accompanied by buying. Now we have selling. Divergent bar at the top. Coming back down. Okay. All right, that's our target. That's our trade up here. Heading back to the low based on the trading of a naked bar. Now, if you're not really familiar with what we mean by this and you're watching this for the first time, let me define a naked bar on the premium. Pivots on the ES, significant pivots, are probably over 90% of the time, maybe 95% of the time, accompanied by a divergence in the premium. There is a direct relationship between the Spoos and the premium, which means that if the ES is going up, you should be getting higher highs and higher lows. The same should be true of the premium. If it's going down, lower highs and lower lows. Same should be true of the premium. Now, when you come to the point of a pivot, however, the premium is usually divergent. Let's just look at a couple of examples of this. This is a little easier to see. Now, the first bar that came down to that level was here. We've got 4 bars at equal lows. But look at the lows of the premium. Here, 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 here. First bar was down here. Last bar was here at 265. Higher lows on the premium, equal lows on the Spoos. That's your divergence. You come down to this low, okay, you can see how it is higher than these previous bars in here. Okay, but now this bar is a lower low. There's no divergence here. It's lower than the previous low, and it should be, yet it pivoted. Okay, and we're going right back up. We are going right back up, and we are going to go higher. All right, we're hitting the high of the morning here with a good opportunity for a short. Real good opportunity for a short here. So let's look at where this is headed before we spend any more time discussing this. 37.75 was the upper value area. Here, okay, we may be ready to drop here. Okay, so let's go back to our discussion. So as there is no divergence on this bar, the lack of divergence, which is typically accompanied, that accompanies the pivot bar, is what we call a naked bar, because it is not properly clothed with a bar that is divergent. Now, let's just look at a couple of other things that are interesting about the premium. You'll notice this big move up, okay, which typically indicates the strong move to the upside. The pivot bar, okay, which is up here, is divergent. Okay, it's not naked. And this generally indicates, a big bar like this indicates the market will continue in that direction. Now you'll notice what this bar said. Okay, that said that we should be going lower, than the price associated here, which we did over here. That was a nice tradable opportunity. Now we come down to this bar, and you can see the low, and we test these lows several times. And here we have the divergence, measuring from the first time we hit that price to the last time. This bar should be higher, certainly higher than this. Okay. So there's what we mean by divergence. Now, as this continues to drop, which we hope that it does, the lows of the premium should be getting lower. Here we were at 288, negative 288 specifically. And as we moved higher, for example, right in here, we get a lower bar on the premium there. Slightly lower than this pivot bar here, but not as low as this. Hence, we moved up just a bit. We should be getting lower highs on the premium. I'm not too concerned about this bar. But as that was our pivot bar, we should remain below this level, of course, because that was the measurement of the premium up here at that pivot. Now you look at the lows of the premium here on that pivot, and we should be dropping lower, which we are, and that's a good indication that this will continue down. So a little lesson on how to read the premium in this video, along with our scalping. Okay, we'll come back in a few minutes. I came over here to take a look at the profile here. It's not very well formed up here. It's a little longer tail than I would like to see. So we may wind up retracing here. And that's what we're doing right now. And that move up here at 207 might have been predictive. Now, normally, when this is not such a big concern, but now that I look at the profile, it seems to suggest a different story. And that's exactly what's happening. You got all this buying now going back up. Okay. Now we have a naked bar, or pardon me, a range bar here. So expect to retrace back up one tick at least. To 39. Got a point right now. And that higher read on the premium here at 213. Okay, that's not as high as this, but it is a higher bar. Indicates that this is liable to go right back up, and we've got the buying now, the divergence on the premium to suggest that. So this is a good time to try to get back in. And we have another opportunity here. But looking at the low, the premium on that bar, that should be tested. So watch for this. Watch for that to drop. If that's going to drop, you'll see sellers come in at the last bar. And they come. All right, kind of an interesting situation here. We've left this up here. And we're headed down. So this could be an interesting dynamic here. We've got that bar, that range bar here, and we're heading down, and yet we already know that we've got a naked bar way down at the low. I would ignore that for the moment. It might turn. The probability is very high on these range bars, but the probability of a naked bar is even more so. And if that selling is just going to leave that up there, well, so be it. We are short. Not in the best place, but we are short nevertheless. At 38.75. So POC 35.75. That's where this thing could bounce. And with that range bar in there, if we get down there, I'm going to take profits off of this. I'm going to take some money off the table because there's been kind of a strange move. Now this VWAP tells me 36.50. So I think you're going to use 3650 as the exit instead. Looking at how the premium's behaving, see how it's moving up. And we may not even make it that far. Come on, there we go. All right. Okay, we're still in on the trade. Exited that. Changed our average because we had a fill up here at 39.50. So now it's either going to work or it's not. We're going to leave that the way it is. We're not going to take any more profits. We're just going to hope for the best. Now, I would expect some. This isn't good. Now look at the premium again. I know we dropped lower here, but we're not getting any lower here. There's where our divergent bar is at 303. These are not dropping that much. If we get back before the turn, if we get back to the POC, we got to look very carefully. Okay, watch it. I'm going to extend this out. And there we are. It's lower, so we're okay. Now just watch the next bar, however. Yeah, we're getting divergence again. Yeah, this is going to come back. So I am going to I'm not going to be proud about this. I'm going to get out of this. This is going back up. It's got to take care of this range bar back to VWAP. So I don't think it's going to make it all that way yet. Well, what do you know? There's 34.50. It made it. It made it. Okay. Now we've got another opportunity here to ride this thing back up. So we're getting in. There was your short. There was your predictive bar. Nice. It's a beautiful trade. It's just absolutely beautiful. Wow. So getting in somewhere in here, just say 39.50 down to 34.50, nice 5-point move based on the naked bar approach. And as we have these two range bars up here, I'm certainly expecting a move back up to fill that range bar situation. Now let's watch for the divergence here, because we're right down here at the far end of the band in here. And that's the VWAP from previous day. Ooh, but this thing is still taking us down. All right. Now we have another naked bar here. So this suggests we will go lower still. 3250 is a low volume node. It's a price at which there's only 59.46 contracts. That's pretty low. Not as low as it gets though. And this is going lower. And we are definitely in a short. It would be nice if we got back up there, but now I'm beginning to wonder whether that's very likely. We called that right, and that was also the upper standard deviation line on the IB. And right down to the POC at 33.25, we just dropped below it. So that's a big number. And we're going lower. But we've got more buying in here right now, so let's look at the premium again. We tested that low. Look at the divergence on the premium. Okay, there's your opportunity to see this thing take off. Now, maybe not a lot, but that's what we mean by the divergence. Okay, let's refresh that. More buying. Let's hope we don't get a bunch of sellers in here. I'd like to see this go up, but that's what it's developing. Yep, there we go. There we go. Get ready. It's going to go down further. Yeah. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what they're doing. But the premium is even more divergent here. So watch for a bigger drop. This is a bit of a war, isn't it? Taking us up. They defeated the sellers. All right, we'll come back in a few minutes. Looking at the area of repair here at 3075, 3050. All right, see if we get some divergence on the premium here. I'm getting some of it. This doesn't look too good on SPY. No, no, this is coming back down. Yeah, no particular game plan right at the moment. Let's just look at our. No, we're heading back down to the low. That's what we're doing. Low of the morning. Okay, 28.75 here. That's where this is going. And this area right in here. Right there. See that low volume? That's where we expect this to go. And if you look at that low in this area of repair, you've got a target. So now we know what we're doing and where we're going. So we want to get in short any way we can to take advantage of this drop from where we are now, which is 31 down to 28.75. This isn't a particularly good place to be shorting it from, but we don't know whether that opportunity will come again. So let's just get in. At least we know where we're going. So that line here agrees with that 28.75 low. So we're going to spend a little bit of time in there, just try to fill that up, but I don't think we're going to get a lot in there. But that's the target. Now, be that as it may, look at all of this area of repair back up to 35. Oh dear. So we got a lot of potential retracement in here to work with before we come back down to this low. So we can now look for some good opportunities to get into this trade, as we don't know how far up this will go. Before he heads back down. It's telling us our upper value area right now is right at 34. And the low of the morning is at 34.50. Well, it could be a nice place to get in. So we shall see. Okay, let's see. Let's watch this. We've got sideways movement. So we're correcting this area of low volume in at 33.75 right here and above to 34.25. We get that 3-tick area in here. That's going to need some attention. Now we have a significant drop in the premium here on that bar. We'll play that game after we go up a bit, but we see that opportunity to come down is being given us. At 32. Let me show you this. Okay, here we are at 35, 35.50. We're probably just going to go up to the VWAP, the TPO, or no, the POC. There we are. There we are. Look for the short. Look for the short. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. There we are. Okay, we'll come back in a few minutes. We're looking for a short to materialize. Further, we are looking at shorting this up here at the top and waiting to see this drop back down. We called the move up to this area of repair. We went up to the POC. We should be coming down because we still have work to do. And we've got a big naked bar right there at 32. That should make for a nice play. Very nice play. So we will be back when this thing drops, let's say about 30 to about 33. Comes down here to the value area. Because on that basis, making it down to 30, 32, which is right where we are here. We'll come back. Now, incidentally, you had a nice little range bar here, which you saw come back to, but that was only a three tick move, but it was there.
for the
Now,
U.S.
for what
fired
it's
Tomahawk
worth,
missiles at a Syrian
as
airbase.
we look
Despite Russia's threat, a
particularly
spokesman
here
for
at
the
this
U.S.-led coalition told the New York
low,
Times American military forces will still
and the
conduct air
divergence
and
on the
ground
premium,
operations
you
in
see
Syria.
this blue line up here. Remember where that came from? That price, at 36.50, is based upon
Don't let the lights go out on music education. Donate now at
a range
vh1safemusic.org.
bar. Right there. There she is. Okay. Now, when we have something that is that far away from where the market is, we don't recommend that you go looking to grab the low, which of course was considerably away from this range bar. But wait until you get within a reasonable proximity of it to look for the retracement. So going long in here, where you can see some evidence here that we're moving up.
My name is Elijah.
At this price, premium is at 285. It's at 274. Okay. That's a good indication that we've got a trend up, and now we can anticipate that this is likely going to go all the way.
The Russian Su-24 fighter jet crashed into a woodland area near the Syrian border after being shot down by Turkish fighter jets. The Turkish military says the aircraft
It doesn't
5
look like
minutes
we're heading
that it was
up there
violating
just
Turkish
yet.
airspace.
Okay.
But
So,
Moscow claims the jet had been over Syria the
got
whole
this area
time.
of repair still here at
This
34,
video purports to show a Russian pilot dead on the ground,
33,
surrounded by fighters from
75.
a Syrian rebel group. Russia's
So we
defense
expect that
ministry
to get
says the
hit
pilots
here
were able to
momentarily.
eject, although their location and
Okay,
physical
here we go.
condition were still to be determined. This is the first time a NATO member's armed forces have downed a Russian or Soviet military aircraft since the 1950s.
All right, now
Russian President Vladimir Putin, speaking ahead of a meeting with Jordan's King Abdullah, called the incident a
we went ahead and shorted it at 35.75. And I'm still looking at that naked bar situation, and it's a little tough to know which is going to happen first. Whether we're going to go up here all the way, which at the moment is now becoming less likely because the large naked bar that we're looking to retrace to is back here. And that's at 32, I think. Yeah.
My name is Elijah.
Margaret.
It's Augustine Faith.
And I'm a community health promoter.
I sell irrigation manure box. I sell cooking stuff. I'm a real mechanic.
Well, we surely have some buying going on now.
The Russian Su-24 fighter jet crashed into a woodland area near the Syrian border after being shot down by Turkish fighter jets. The Turkish military says the aircraft had been warned 10 times in the space of 5 minutes that it was violating Turkish airspace.
Don't know
But Moscow claims the jet had been over
really
Syria
what
the whole
direction this
time.
is going to want to take off to.
This video purports to show a
Whether
Russian
it be up
pilot
or
dead on
down.
the ground, surrounded by fighters from a Syrian rebel group. Russia's defense ministry says the pilots were able to eject, although their location and physical condition were still to be determined.
And at least off of
This
this
is the
level,
first time a
with,
NATO member's armed forces have downed
you
a
know, a
Russian
slight
or Soviet
degree of
military aircraft
divergence.
since the 1950s.
Yeah,
Russian
if
President
you
Vladimir Putin,
presume that
speaking
we're
ahead of
going
a
to go
meeting
up
with Jordan's
and
King
hit that,
Abdullah, called the incident a, quote, stab in the back
you can't be
carried out by
wrong,
the accomplices
but
of
I'm staying
terrorists.
short.
But Turkey says it was not targeting Russia per se, but that it shot down the plane to defend Turkey's sovereign territory within its rules of engagement.
Don't let the lights go out on music education. Donate now at vh1savethemusic.org.
So
Russia
we'll
isn't
come
happy with
back in
the
a while
U.S. after an
and
American
verify
fighter
that.
jet shot down a Syrian warplane on
We're either going to
Sunday.
move up
In
here
a
to
statement,
that
Russia's defense ministry condemned the U.S.'s
range
actions
bar,
as a
or we're
cynical
going to move down
violation of
to
Syria's
the naked
sovereignty.
bar.
The
I
two
don't know
countries
which,
support
but
opposing
I'm short.
sides in Syria's civil war.
We'll
Russia
find
is
out
behind Syrian President Bashar
in just a
al-Assad's
bit.
regime, and the U.S. backs
All right,
opposition groups there.
we decided to bail. As this came down, we saw too much buying in here. We're out of the short. Because all we're doing here is repairing this area around 34 because it's low volume. So 34 to 33.75 right here. That speaks long to me at this point, and I'm not going to hold on to a preconceived notion that it's going to go down. I'm going to use the market to tell me which way to go, and that's what I'm doing. Well, son of a gun. That changes everything. That changes everything. We got out too soon. All right, 32.70 or 32.50. That becomes the target, and we're going to see if we can't get into a short here, and it's maybe going to give us that opportunity right now. So we got out, and after this drop, I'm looking to get back in. That may be all that she's going to give us. We're in at 34.25. I'd like to be in it. Well, let's see. $35 at the VWAP. Well, that's getting rather aggressive. But now she's changed the other way. Yeah, okay, there's 35. Well, if I don't start selling now, this thing's going to start going off again. All right, we moved up to the POC again at 35.75. You can see the short, the short, the short. This was a little area of concern here. There was a lot of buying in there, and there's more buying down here historically. Now, this is just to show you what we've got here. This is a 5-minute bar, 15, 60-minute bar, 360-minute bar, just to get us the totals. But we've got that 32.50. 32.50 is still our target. It did go up. We shorted it, but not at a particularly good price, so I'm not going to brag about that. That just wasn't, we weren't quite sure where this was going. But we do hope to get at least a little bit out of this. But 33 at the moment, there's quite a bit of buying there. And as you can see, 32.25 is the low value area here. And we're just going to watch the footprint. There we go. Uh-oh. Hmm. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Yes, indeed. Did you see that? Did you see that? Okay. Finally. Finally. Ah, yes. That's what we like. Okay. Boy, that didn't take long. But we finally got it. I'm saying that facetiously. Wow. Wow. Okay, premium. What does this tell you? The premium does not lie. It does not lie. It may take a while, but it doesn't lie. So let's review. Wow. Okay, here we are. Big bar down, 315. Low of the premium, 32. Okay, 32. Now, that's a naked bar. It rallied up. And we're looking to short that. But instead, we start getting this rally again. Now, it moves back to 35.75. And actually, I'm sorry, we aren't at 32 yet. We will be. There we are. Okay, so now we hit 32. But the point of the matter was, that this market was destined for a short, and the premium gave us that information. Order flow does not. And I'm not criticizing order flow. I like order flow. But all you could tell from this is that there's buying there. That's all you can tell. Now, it happened to be a low, 3250 was a low volume node with an anticipation of repair down there, which is, of course, very close to where the premium said this was going to go. So there was some indication from the profile that this would take place. But 32, precisely, not close, precisely, that's the way the premium works. It does not give you an estimate. It gives you an exact number. And, that proved to be, a nice short. Now, we didn't get in it quite where we wanted to, but nevertheless, the premium gave you information that no other indicator can give you. Wow, that is very, 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 that's cool. That's about as cool as it gets. So that completes our video for today. Several nice opportunities for trading throughout the course of the morning here. And now we're going to wrap up our video. If you want further information, contact us.